Any comments or questions there? Okay, all in favor of 4Q, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? All right, motion carries. All right, moving on to our reports, Mr. Dale with the athletics report.
One thing I definitely wanted to bring up, I know it's become kind of a hot button media issue in the last couple of weeks, but across the country, there are a lot of athletic teams that are just folding. Not enough interest, not enough community support, all the things that make them go. I know as of right now, we're probably looking at least half a dozen teams who played football as long as we have, who are probably not going to be playing this fall in this state. And a lot of them, South Newton just folded last week. They've been they haven't always been competitive, but they've been a pretty proud program. So we've been putting on a full court press all summer, and then now that we've got kids back in the building to try to get more kids out doing things, we all know a lot of them, that's what gets them to graduate. So I do have some good news on that. Most of our numbers are ticking up in the right direction right now. All my staff, I tell them just keep picking them away one at a time. And you get one brings another one, and then they bring another one, and then we get back up to a more viable number. So that's kind of been our motive the last 2 weeks. So we've got football now. I know a couple of you guys asked first teacher day. The lowest we had in the summer was about 22. The most was like 28. We never quite hit 30. We were hoping to be around 40 is kind of the magic number for football. You got 40, you can practice, you can get better, you can compete. So actually today, I think we finally hit 40 on the list. They're showing up. Some of them are a little banged up from practice or whatever, but we're finally getting to the point now where we're pretty happy with that number. If we could hit 45, we'd be ecstatic. We'd be in good shape there. Cross country, high school, middle school girls seem to be in pretty good shape right now. That was a really scary thing for me at the AD meeting, the conference AD meeting we had last week. There might only be a handful at most of complete cross country teams in our conference, and it only takes 5 kids to do it. Like, that's scary stuff. There are some schools that literally only have one runner between all 4 in the high school and middle school. That's low. So we're pretty decent on the girls' side. High school boys, we've only got one right now. But thank you. That's why we're looking for.
We have 3.
Right, and the MO is pick them off one at a time, and we'll keep the numbers rolling. So there you go. Thanks for the positive.
Yep. Hopefully we'll get 2 more. Just gotta get 2 more.
High school soccer, again, for the last several years, we've had to play co-ed. We just do not have enough girls to fill a full varsity team. We're really tight on boys too, so that kind of fills it out. So they'll be co-ed again. I think they're sitting, the last number I saw was 14, 15 boys and like 4 or 5 girls. So they're right in that. They can practice, they can compete. Volleyball numbers were excellent as far as turnout. They held some cuts to cut the number down to make it a more manageable number. So they're down, they've cut it down. They have 21. The number they wanted was 18. There were 3 girls that got hurt that aren't going to be able to play, but wanted to stay on as managers. So they've stayed to make it 21. Middle school volleyball is just starting. Their numbers are great. I have no doubt that they'll have plenty there. Middle school football, it was a little low. We're, again, picking at it. I think I picked up 2 or 3 in the lunchroom today. And there was another 2 or 3 who said they wanted to. They had to go talk to mom and all that stuff. So we're working that. A note on them, their scrimmage Saturday, Taylor pulled out of it, but we've already replaced them. We're going to play another middle school down at Lucas Oil, so that'll be fun for the kids. Girls golf, we were scoring, but we had 2 decided not to play for health issues. So we're down to 3, so we're trying to get that back up to 5. And boys tennis has 1 JV spot at this point, so we're over the varsity roster number we need. Cash balance, we're setting excellent as always. And I've told you guys since I started, my goal is always to have $30,000 on hand to start the year so that we know we can operate no matter what happens comes our way. We're currently sitting just south of 37. So we're exactly where we need to be able to, if something crazy happens and we don't make a lot of revenue, we can still cover our officials, still get kids playing. We can do all the things we need to do as far as equipment. So we're in a pretty good spot. I'm pretty happy. So.
Is there any interest in football for the girls?
For which football?
Flag football.
We have had some kids over since the Colts started pushing it who came and talked about it. Most of the ones that have came and talked about it are primarily in something else in the fall. They were like volleyball players or whatever. Most of the guys I know that have put it in say it's a lot of fun and all like the things. The question for us becomes, it's kind of like soccer was the last program added. Soccer cannibalized some of our cross country runners, right? So we used to have 20, 25 kids running cross country across the board, right? And then you add in a sport that's going to pull those kids away because really our athlete pool is not expanding. It's where are they going? Are we going to be balanced when we do that? So that would be my concern with what is girls flag is cross country going to lose two, and then 2 or 3 of those soccer players are going to go, and now we're.
I just wondered if there was any team, are there any teams starting up in our area?
Not our size. The only one that was going to start up was Clinton Central. They had a guidance counselor that wanted to do it, and then they left. That's the only smaller school. All the big schools have it, but again, they've got a lot larger athlete pool to pull from. I would put it for a school our size, flag could be cool, but I think it kind of falls in that boys volleyball area of if we're adding it, we're probably going to need to take something away because we're not going to be able to field something. We can't just add that.
Sounds like there could be a chance you could have 3 sports that don't have enough to have a team if you
did something. If you added, I think your first year you'd have that flux where everybody gets all excited because it's a new shiny thing, and then you end up with them all kind of below par. That would be my fear. But yeah, no, everybody that's had it says it's a lot of fun. All the guys I know that have put it in says it's a lot of fun, and the girls like it.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, Chip. Okay, next up, Dr. Moore with her superintendent's report.
All right, well, I will say that we are off to a great start. There's a feeling in the air. It's hard to explain, but it's super positive. Everyone's excited. So I want to thank our staff, students, families, administrators, and each of you for everything that's gone into preparing for this school year. We started really on Friday, July 31st. We launched a new mentor-mentee program and welcomed our newest staff members to our family. And so this program provides support for new teachers throughout their first year and beyond in our school district. They were given a district presentation, building specific expectations, technology, human resources, training, and then also time for mentors and mentees to come together. We also took a bus tour. Thank you, Laura, for arranging that. That was really fun. And so that's the first time in a while that we've done something like that. So we're able to take them to even the Camden Gym and share that excitement of the new lighting. And then throughout the year, the mentors will continue meeting with mentees. So just excited about this with our focus on recruiting, retaining, and supporting our staff. Then we really started with everyone on Monday, August 3rd. We welcomed everyone back for our first teacher workday. During our opening session, we recognized many people, new staff, food service, maintenance, custodial teams, just welcoming everyone back and all the work they do behind the scenes. And then also the focus of our students is making sure that academics are important, but we also want to make sure everyone feels like they belong, that they're seen, that they're supported, and they know they're part of our family. And that is part of our motto, focusing on every student and every opportunity. So I want to emphasize that. We did introduce new staff members, and then we moved into a focus on professional development with strengthening our professional learning communities. We had a presenter, Eric Twaddell, He recently retired as a superintendent of a school district in Illinois. That's a professional learning community school district. And his work really and professional development focused on academic excellence, dedicated opportunities to collaborate about student learning, instructional practices, interventions, and achievement. The second teacher workday was about QPR and school safety. QPR is question, persuade, refer. That was training that was provided through Indiana University, and it was provided through a grant for Carroll County, so it was no cost to our school corporation. We appreciate their partnership. It was a good opportunity to give our staff some additional tools to recognize and respond when a student or staff member may need some support. Then our district school safety specialist, Josh Long, also the high school principal, provided district-wide safety training. Then, of course, all the excitement of the open houses, many open houses we had. It was great to welcome new families to our district. Just want to thank the teachers and staff for the hours they spent on making their classrooms and all the learning spaces really nice for everyone. And then this past Friday and Saturday, we also had open houses for the Little Oracles Child Care Center. And that was nice to be able to showcase the furniture and the spaces for our entire community. And really looking to start our Little Oracles, really it's cradle to career. That's what I'm going to start saying, cradle to career. We have our newborns through 12th grade, and I just think that's really special. Well, enrollment, I think that's really important. And as Chip's talking about how do we expand, programs, that we need to make sure that, we're growing. And so I'm excited to share that, our first few days of school, we have seen positive enrollment. And so last spring, we were at about 1,240 students. And this first week, we were at 1,255. So we want to see those numbers continue to climb. We also have Oracle Online continuing, our virtual program, and ended in the spring at 14. And currently, we're at 15 students that are enrolled. With our Little Oracles Child Care Center, we have 24 enrolled right now. And again, we opened today, so that's very exciting. And we have 8 tours scheduled for the rest of this week. And our infant room is full. That would be 12 newborns. Very exciting. Thank you to Performance Services. It really has been a great partnership. I know that, Keith is part of the team. He's really the project manager, and he's been really responsive and good communication. So it's just been really great to work with them. I just want to emphasize that. It's been just an easy process. And so just excited to keep seeing all of the projects come together and start planning for the future and the next projects. So as they emphasize the, Camden Early Childhood Center, this wonderful space, that's been updated with the HVAC, the lighting, and the gym. It really feels like a brand new space. The elementary school with the Little Oracles Child Care Center, all the pictures and on social media, it's just a beautiful space, feels brand new. Our families are excited to, bring their children, to our school district even prior to kindergarten. That's very exciting. Our middle school, the office area is done, working on that canopy. And the new entrance area. And then our corporate office, of course, the board meeting room and office spaces. And then again, the next phase, excited to talk about future bonds and funding the next set of projects. And we appreciate the long-term facility needs, the study that's already been done, which really is guiding us in, identifying which projects are needs and making sure that we are staying on track with really making sure we see those improvements. So really just overall, I'm just excited. It's been a great start to 26-27 school year. So again, just want to thank everyone, administrators, principals, teachers, all of our staff, transportation. Those first few days of school, our tech staff that don't get enough recognition too, with all the headaches and the list. I know Drew, I saw walking around with all the list. Just thank you to everyone for making it a smooth start. And again, thank you to the board for your continued leadership, support, and commitment to us. So just excited again to see where this year goes, but we are off to a great start, and I am happy to be here. So thank you.
Any
quick questions or comments on the report?
Very good. I'm excited with everything going on.
All right, moving on to new business. I'd like to get a motion for 6A, that is the curriculum proposal for the DCMS Exploring World Languages Spanish course.
So moved. Second.
Dr. Moore?
Well, we're excited to continue offering opportunities for students with electives. And this is a new elective that we are providing for students to explore world languages prior to high school. And so this would be curriculum to support that course.
Is that what the high school Spanish teacher?
It is not.
Okay.
This would be with Allison Dilling. So this is for the middle school.
Any questions?
So this would be like an intro into Spanish and not replacing Spanish 1.
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep, getting kids excited about. Mhm.
Would it be like, because I know when you saw world languages,
Mhm.
they did like French too. So would it be a multitude or would it be solely Spanish?
It's not just Spanish, but that will be heavily focused, yes. Mhm. Mhm.
Anyone else?
Since we offer Spanish at high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All in favor of 6A, the curriculum proposal for the DCMS Exploring World Languages in Spanish, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, 6B and C, I'd like to get a motion to discuss the 2025-2026 Certified Teacher Evaluation Summary, as well as 6C being the evaluation plans for the 2026-2027 year for classified staff, athletic director, assistant principal, dean of students, principals, and teachers.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Moore?
So the first document with the evaluation summary goes over the results for overall for our district for the evaluation results, and then there's a breakdown by building. But overall, a majority of our certified staff are rated effective or highly effective. A handful of educators were needing improvement with an improvement plan. And then it moves into each of the evaluation plans for this coming school year. Classified staff is the same as this past year. Athletic director, assistant principal, and added dean of student because that's a new position. Principals and teacher evaluation plans.
Any questions on the evaluation summary or the plans on how to evaluate? All in favor of 6B and C as presented, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. 6E, I'd like to get a motion to discuss the authorized agent designation, 6D, the PERF resolution, PERF eligible employee list, Appendix A, as well as 6E, the authorized agent designation for the PERF at TRF.
So moved.
All right, Dr. Moore.
So the first item with the eligible employee list, we are required to update the list of who in our school district is eligible for PERF. So that list has been updated and to include new positions such as staff members at the Little Oracle Child Care Center. And then the authorized agent designation, this would be an update to things such as myself, superintendent, putting current information for who the agents are.
Any questions on 6D or E regarding PERF? All right. All in favor of 6D and E as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, it looks like we've got a couple stipends here. So I'd like to get a motion to discuss 6F, 6G, and 6H being Title II professional development stipends. G, dual credit and Title II professional development stipends, advanced placement stipends, as well as 6H, the DCSC mentee stipends for the 2026-2027 new teacher orientation per the CBA.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Moore?
The first stipends funded through Title II, a grant, was geared toward new positions that were put in place, such as the student achievement specialist, the student behavior specialist, to provide training that they would need in their new positions. This was virtual training, so something that they did throughout the summer outside of their regular contract. The second set of stipends would be to compensate teachers who provide dual credit opportunities and also teach advanced placement. This is also funded through a Title II grant. And then the final list of stipends would be for the mentor-mentee training that I referenced in my report to compensate new teachers for their attendance on that day.
Any questions or comments on G, F through H, I should say? All right, hearing none. All in favor of 6, F, G, and H as presented, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, 6I, I'd like to get a motion to discuss the Riverside Insights.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Moore?
In working with our new high ability coordinator, who was a teacher last year and is currently serving as the student achievement specialist at the middle school, she is now also serving as the high ability coordinator and going through the process of determining how to identify students for high ability. The quote shows which test we are purchasing in order to complete the screening that is necessary to formally identify students for the high ability program.
Any questions on that? Okay,
I'm glad to see it.
She's been doing a great job in her new role, Jamie Robinette, yeah.
okay. All in favor of 6I, the Riverside Insights as presented. That was a program, sorry, I closed that window. That was a program for a total, was a $5,120 investment into this program. All in favor of that, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. 6J, I'd like to get a motion to discuss Parkview Sports Medicine for the 2026-2027 annual renewal.
So moved. Second.
Is this Chip?
I mean, Chip can feel free to chime in. Yeah.
This is, from my understanding, quick conversation with Andrea. Obviously, as a school, we're not supposed to have rolling contracts. Obviously, the hospital doesn't follow the same rules we do. They have a rolling contract with this. This would just us be saying, yep, we're going to continue being Parkview for the next year again. They operate on yearly contracts as opposed to some of the other hospitals that have done multi-year deals. And to be honest with you, we don't want to open this contract up because the price is really good and we want to keep it.
Yeah, this is $15,000 a year, which is untouchable by anybody around. It sounds like.
Chip, you seem overall pleased with the services that have been provided.
Yeah, they are. They're by far the best hospital we've ever been. Not even close. They run circles around them.
Because we love a good deal of services, quality services.
Yeah, I mean, they have additional services that can come into the building if we ask them, like strength coaches, nutrition people, all that kind of stuff. It's all part of everything they do. It's pretty awesome.
Okay. All in favor of 6J, the Parkview Sports Medicine annual renewal for the 26-27 school year, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. 6K, I'd like to give a motion to discuss the revised food service pricing for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Dr. Moore?
Well, we've been working with the Northern Indiana Education Service Center with Amanda Leosaris has, as we have approved previously, a mentor and dietitian. And so we've been working through just making sure that we, are making adjustments that are appropriate and that we aren't losing. So these would be the final prices to start the school year.
Any questions or comments on that? Okay. I just want to say one comment real quick. I just want to see us be a little more proactive on when we release these pricing. I know some parents were caught off guard, and lunch in general is a cost that some parents struggle to get. So I hope that we can be a little bit sooner than letting them know the first day of school that they are going to pay more. Because I know there were some concerned parents, but obviously this is what we have to do. Any other comments, questions? Okay. All in favor of 6K, the revised food service pricing for the 26-27 school year, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. 6L, I'd like to get a motion to discuss envelope IQ for the DCES fire alarm repair.
So moved.
Dr. Mark.
Well, through final beginning of the year inspections, there were some things that were identified. Obviously, we can still take occupancy, but there are some things that need to be fixed. And so you can see listed under services to be completed. There's a couple items, horn strobes inactive by certain doors, new power supply to a fire alarm location. So there's a couple items that need to be repaired, and that's what this quote is for.
So this is a $6,782.40 repair, but basically gets us up to date and fixes some things that might not be working as well as they should. Any questions or comments on those?
Gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of 6L, the envelope IQ DCES fire alarm repair, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries. Laura, did you have something?
Got it.
I'd like to now look at the last one here, 6M, a motion to discuss the Stepping Stones group.
So moved. Second.
Dr. Moore?
This would be an agreement for speech language pathologist, the same speech language pathologist that we used last year. So this would be to renew our agreement with the company that she works with.
Is that the same rate you paid last year? $89?
Yes, there's no increase in price. Andrea, I don't believe I saw an increase in price for.
I'm not sure.
Oh, see,
What
that's-
it said the previous year was 84. I'm not sure if it was 89 last year, but 84 still last year. I don't remember.
No significant, in which most of them, I'll be honest, are over $100. So I'm happy to see that it's still under $100. It's hard to find a speech language pathologist, very hard. So this is for the elementary, early childhood, middle school, and high school. So it is across the district.
So they'll be bouncing back and forth.
So much of, I would say, her services are provided through virtual. She comes on site as well, but also offers virtual services. With that being said, for our younger students, because that can be challenging, we do have an in-person assistant who supports the students even if they are online. So they have an adult with them while the virtual lessons are being provided, which we find is very helpful.
Anything else? All right, all in favor of 6M, the Stepping Stones group agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, moving on, donations and thank yous. Dr. Moore.
Thank you to Wildflower Wags, Fielding's Jewelry, and Indiana Packers Corporation for their monetary donation for the DCMS Student Incentive Fund.
All righty. Future dates, we do have the September 14th regular scheduled meeting at 6:30 p.m. and that will be here in the DCHS Commons. Obviously, once we get our boardroom opened up, we'll have a little to do and people will be able to see that firsthand. Are there any other dates that have popped up that anybody thinks are coming up soon? Chris?
So we have an executive board meeting after that.
We will be, yes.
Okay, so we'll have an
Yep.
executive session on that day as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Board comments. We have some student representatives here for this year. Not everybody may know you. If you would, state your name and any comments tonight if you have them.
Okay. Hi, my name's Elia Hernandez. I'm a junior and I will be running for class president. So I'm here for a learning experience. So.
I'm Kennedy Brown. I came here last year. I am class president, student body president. I am a co-president, so my partner in crime, she could not be here today. So it's going to be bouncing back and forth between us, or hopefully both of us. But yes, I'm just very excited to be back. I love learning about everything that's going on. So I'm very excited to see all the new improvements. I can't wait to see the new admin building, and like Dr. Moore said, it's been a great start to the school year. So just keep on rolling.
All right, thank you. Mr. Schwarzkopf.
Thank you. Welcome, guys. We appreciate you're here and your enthusiasm and questions. To everybody here, I want to thank you guys for coming. There's a couple people I haven't seen for a while, and I'm glad they're here. For our building corp people too, appreciate you coming to see the updates to what you support us over the last many years. And so we appreciate that part. To the renovations and stuff going on, the only thing I can say besides our daycare, Camden, wow. I mean, it is a different building. And I think that's our commitment to the community to say we have values in different locations. And for what we put in, you guys did a tremendous job getting in there, getting it done and having it ready for school. And we really appreciate that part. But you know what? It's no surprise to us because you guys have done this year after year for us whenever we've done, and you've always come through. So appreciate that. Dr. Moore, thank you for a great start. I think this is the first time in 12 years that we didn't have a hiccup on the first day that I know of, at least. And so it's always great to have things to go smooth. But in the case that sometimes they don't, we know you're there too. And so with that, I appreciate everything you've done.
All right, Mr. Nipple.
Well, once again, I'd like to echo what Mr. Schwarzkopf said. I want to thank Performance Services. As far as the hiccups go, I want to thank Laura for getting the buses running smoothly. I hadn't heard of any problems, so that's great news. I want to welcome our student reps. Kennedy. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Scott Roth. He has been the voice of the Oracles for, I think he said 14 years, and provided a lot of transportation for us. And he's going to be greatly missed. And I just wish him the best in whatever the future holds for him. So, thanks to everybody here tonight.
All right, Mr. Priest.
Well, I appreciated all the enthusiasm for the start of my school, for teacher breakfast. I think that putting that on board. I was happy to see our enrollments going up, you know, and we're doing something right. I'm very pleased. Dr. Moore gets a lot of credit for that. The little Oracle Child Care Center was impressive when we took our tour of it. I think it will only continue to expand and improve and increase our enrollment in the future. And thank you to Public Services for taking the time to come out and review with us what you have done this summer. I appreciate it.
Mr. Strasser.
My granddaughter was at Little Oracle Daycare today. She's 4 months old. So, and the feedback was very good. So just give you some first-hand feedback there. I like the way that turned out. It really looks nice. I think it's good for the school, but I also think it's very good for the community as well. So, and Performance Services, thank you for all your effort on a very short time frame. I know we put you through this every time that we do this. So you're kind of used to it, but we doesn't mean we don't appreciate it. And Dr. Moore, congratulations on the start of a very good school year.
All right, thank you. Yeah, no, I think everybody should be happy with the way the school year has started out. Enrollment's up. It's been a lot of years of slowly deteriorating enrollment. So that's great that we kind of plateaued it out last year, and now we're kind of seeing it go upward. All the new improvements, I mean, the people in the community are talking, they're excited. You drive by the front of the building and it's starting to look fresh and everybody's excited to see the finished product. The child care, all I can say is I wish it was here when my kids were needing it. Our community in our area, affordable child care, and something that you want to take your kid to, that you don't go, I hope something doesn't go wrong today. I think we've been missing that for a long time. So what a great addition. I know we're just slightly over half full in that, but you better get signed up because it's not going to take long. People are starting to see the finished product, and that's exciting them, and they're starting to make that change. So that's all I would say about that. Other than that, Performance Services, thank you. I know you've heard it a lot tonight. The task at hand in a short period of time, no one's going to have that job done before school gets started, but all the things that needed to got done. And that's what was important. The longer we wait for our boardroom, the more exciting it's going to get. So I guess don't take any longer, but we're ready. We're ready. And I think, like I said earlier, I think it sets us at a different professional level when people get to come in, actually see what we're talking about, not just assuming that we're reading through things and seeing that. We can actually have things posted to where everyone in the audience will actually see what's going on. So that's very exciting. Just thank you to all the staff and everything. The first teacher day was awesome. Breakfast was something that everybody enjoyed. The convocation, we had a keynote speaker. I stayed around for that. I don't usually stick around for that. That was very impressive and very much an investment to our teachers and staff, especially first year people. So I was really excited with that too. So other than that, I'm excited for these fall sports and everything to kick off and get moving along. And just want to thank everybody for being here tonight and making this a good meeting. So all I need now is one more motion for adjournment. All in favor? All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.